So, how many Bring Me the Horizon stuff can you see in this one shot? Isn't it obvious I'm a big fan of these guys? Hey guys, what is going on? It's T.M.H here, and I'm doing something a little new, something different on the channel. Mainly because quarantine sucks and I want to entertain myself. But I want to do a little album review of Bring Me the Horizon's latest project, Music to... Give me a second. Music to listen to, dance to, blaze to, praise to, feed to, sleep to, talk to, grind to, trip to, breathe to, help to, hurt to, scroll to, roll to, shit! Roll to, love to, hate to, learn to, plot to, play to, beat to, feel to, breathe to, sweat to, dream to, hide to, live to, die to, go to. Yay! But jokes aside, this is a very interesting project from the band. Well, the band stated that they have little to no intention on making an album right now. This is probably going to be the closest body of work that we're going to get. As an album, granted mainly because it's 75 fucking minutes, but I did want to talk about this. I know I'm a little late to the party. This thing has been released since the end of 2019 and it's already April, but I generally want to talk about it because, oh good god, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to this album. So a lot of people are saying that it's an EP, but I can't really agree with that because this EP is longer than any album they have released so far. Stuff like this makes you realize, did this album need to be 75 minutes long? For those who don't know, all of the songs on this album are more than 5 minutes long. Some of these songs can easily be 3 minutes, but a good chunk of these songs are almost 10 minutes long or over 10 minutes long. The longest song on here is 24 minutes, and that is track 5, Underground Big, and it starts out great, it starts out decent with a little hip-hop influence, but what makes this one of the worst things the band has ever done is, for a good solid 18 minutes, all you hear is this. Solid 18 minutes of this. I'll give the song credit where credit's due. Ollie is monologuing throughout the entirety of it. That doesn't stop from making the song boring as all hell. 24 minutes, and yet 90% of it is just... Other than that, that's probably the worst thing about the album. I generally think this is a very fun and experimental record to listen to. The band truly does experiment with it. Should probably not use band. This is practically just Ollie and Jordan just seeing what they can do and what they can't do. Feel Something is definitely a song that feels like a lo-fi trip-hop song that goes on for 10 straight solid minutes. Again, why are these songs 10 minutes long? Probably my favorite song on the record, Candy Truck. It has a little bit of a dancey feel to it, kind of has a little bit of a throwback to 2014's EDM with that little piano. And I don't know who exactly is singing on the song, but whoever is, if it's Ollie or a featured artist, I generally really like it. It's really groovy and it's really catchy too. She said, baby, won't you change your tune? Track on the album, this is the most ambient. One thing about this album that you should know, that it heavily samples ammo. For example, Steal Something samples from I Apologize If You Feel Something. The fourth track samples from In the Dark. And this track right here samples from Why You Gotta Kick Me When I'm Down. The last 3 songs that are also probably another one of my favorites. Track 6, hold on. Like Seeing Spiders Running Riots on Your Lover's Grave. God, I can still feel that emo angst when it comes to this band. It's definitely a really different feeling. While Ammo was different from like the band's earlier stuff, this song right here just sounds different from anything the band has done, period. Again, that's what this entire album, mainly just because it's just Jordan and Ollie fucking around, Happy Alone, does put in a little bit more of a soulful feel to it. This is probably the band's most soulful. Track 7, goddamn these names. Dead Dolphin Sounds, AIDS, Brain Growth in Unborn Child, Virtual Therapy. Good God, it's like Fall Out Boy influenced them on these names. Some ones definitely have a little bit more of a dance beat to it, like Candy Truck did, but a little more, dare I say, repetitive. Again, this is why I asked, why are these songs so long when they just kind of don't go anywhere? That's the main problem with this project. It just feels like all the songs just don't really go anywhere, and they go on for so long. I guess I can't really say anything bad about it. It's still a nice song to listen to, just don't know anyone that's going to legitimately listen to the entire 10 minutes of it. And then the project ends with Tapes. Kind of reminds me of track 4, while track 4 is definitely Halsey just kind of taking her take on In the Dark on a repetitive beat. I like Halsey on the song, but the instrumental is so bland. The instrumental on here just sounds a little more creative and adventurous, better than track 4, but overall this thing just kind of feels more like an experiment instead of a full-blown project. After Ammo was the big different album, this project just kind of feels like the band is kind of experimenting with more electronic, more genres like post-punk, ambient, industrial, and even more electro-pop if you really want to get technical with it. I'm not gonna sit here and say this is probably the worst thing the band's ever done. I like the experimentation. I like that the band still continues to be creative, but overall it's not really worth the entire 75 minutes of listening to it. Like, there's bits and pieces that you can say you like on it. I mean, that was my reaction when I first listened to it. Like, the moment I listened to the previews of it on iTunes, I was generally jamming out to all of it. But as an entire 75-minute project, you can live without it. Overall, this album, I give it a good 3 out of 5. Definitely something more you could just see for the band doing something more adventurous and experiment more, see what they can or can't do. But overall, it's not really something that you need to listen to, which is why they probably put very little promotion into this thing. But that's all I got to say about this video. If you guys want to see more, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do have a brand new album out called Rough Draft. If you guys are truly interested in it, it's all over my channel. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.